Hi everybody, welcome to Horde of the Board channel. My name is Edgar, and I was very tired in the last video. I'm recording this again late at night, but I think I'm a bit more awake, so I I want to do this extra video for you guys so that we can go to my list here, uh, my extra list to look up the rest of the games that are on my like list. So I feel a bit bad for yawning and giving the video some break. It was 1.5 hours long, so I'm gonna make this extra video before I make the video of the top games that people are voting for on the BG list. So let's continue. This is an extra video. Maybe I'll talk with and go through a few of the games that have been added recently. So I think I was here somewhere. So I did the Ecosphera. Discordia is a game of yeah. What is it about? It's the first city is on the Rhine, and I think it's also with dice. Um, so the first cities on the Rhine emerged from Roman outposts protecting the border with Germany, with Germania. Yeah, you develop your city by building farms, barracks, defenses, harbors, and markets, and by trading with ships. Use a seamen, soldiers, merchants, and farmers profitably, you know what I mean, fulfill decrees and secure privileges. Uh, let's look at a few of the pictures because it looks interesting with these tiles here. I don't know if you put them below here, if that's a mechanism, or that they just put it here just for the picture's sake. So it's it's dice. That's why I put it on my like, because the meeples are okay. The board looks a little bit generic, to be honest. I'm gonna take a look at this one. It looks nice. Okay, the next game is Ecosystem. And Ecosystem is, by the way, Discordia is from, let's see, Iron Games. Ecosystem is, I like the cover a lot. Let's look at the cover. So it's from Genius Games. Quite interested because I didn't know it was from Genius Games. Ecosystem. Matt Simpson is the designer. Oh, I'm going away from the pictures. Oh, this is the German. What certain cards do. Oh, the art looks great. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Fine, I have some things in the way. Oh. So. Oh, here's something. 2 points for each row and column containing at least one deer. Oh, I think you're making rows and columns. A bear, 2 points for each adjacent bee or trout. Oh, okay. Is there a full board? Why is there a pen here? I hope we're not writing on those beautiful artworks. Oh, okay. I think you have to make a. You have to make one of these grids, I think. So this one looks good. Doesn't really have anything on the cards. I think it's just this is just a very simple game. It doesn't have any abilities, I think, on the cards. You just score how you place them. Maybe fun for a little while, but I'm not sure. But it looks nice. They also have Coral Reef. It's also from Genius Games. It looks like the same game, to be honest. Making a grid out of... Yeah, it looks the same game with them with aquatic species. I bet the artwork is nice as well. Oh, there's only 2 pictures. There are 3 pictures. Different covers? Nope. I think there's a different language there. Yep. So let's get rid of this, rid of this, rid of this. They added Endeavor Deep Sea for the people that like Endeavor as a demo. It didn't make it into my top 10 demos because it got added later. But I played Endeavor back in the day 2 or 3 times, and I like it. It's already getting a review of... I find it so... it re-implements Endeavor Age of Sail, but I think it's underwater. I think there are no pictures. No. So that's why... That's also the reason... Even if I could put it, I wouldn't put it, because there's no pictures. And that's one of my criteria. At least a picture of... or some elements of the game. Or the game board, at least some of that, or a combination of both. So yeah. Fantasy Realms Deluxe Edition. Well, it's not that pricey. Maybe it will come with me. It's from... I think it was from WizKids. It looks nice. I don't know what's going on with WizKids. Last year they were not there at all. Not something to represent them. Because I had 2 games that I really wanted to buy. One of them I forgot, and the other one was Greased Lightning. About sailing around the board, and you put tiles out around the board, and you have to race 2 times. You have to follow these paths on every new tile that goes. So, yeah, and you have to catch fish and stuff like that. It looked really nice, and the other one is... I forgot the name. I do have the cover on my mind, but yeah. Flamecraft is one that a friend of mine has, so I'm not gonna buy it because some people say maybe it's just a bit too simple for you, but they say it looks quite nice and adorable. Look at and this is not even this is the special edition, because the other one will give you cardboard wooden dragons, and cardboard tokens and money, and this is the deluxe edition. Which is more than double the price. The normal edition is $35. It's great if you have kids and they want it. It's really cheap, even if the components are not deluxified, but it has such a cute factor. The other one I think is $90, so it's more than double. So yeah, I like the art. The art looks great, by the way. Yeah, I love the art, but is there a board? Can we see some gameplay? Yeah, I see it here. So I have this long board. This is a part of the long board, and you're gonna put a few of the... Here's where you put cards. You're gonna put cards on the top. Some starting businesses are open, and you put dragons there to activate them. As soon as dragons are... you put cars also there, and as soon as it's full, one of the more fancy businesses open, which will have powers when you go there. And so all to try to get these hearts, and the more hearts you get, which are just points. This is the Dutch version, by the way, from White Goblin Games. It's from Cardboard Alchemy, so it looks really good. You have to fulfill these orders. So yeah, Foundation of Rome, I like, but it's kind of pricey. Yeah. So yeah, I bought a game for that price once at Essen. Uh, it's monumental. It's over there. But it was a bit overpriced. But hey, sometimes it happens. Uh, this has already been out, so I'm not gonna. This it's a highly regarded game. This one looks very nice. I think theme wise, uh, about medicine in Imperial Rome. It I really like how the board looks. Maybe I should bump this up one. Look on how this look. It looks quite nice. I really glanced over this one. This one looks pretty nice. Is this a worker placement? Uh, yeah, it looks nice. Oof. I had some chocolate milk, which didn't uh, didn't agree with me. Okay, let's look at some description here. So, is a worker placement game where you plan to do up to 6 actions and then decide when and how to resolve them. As such, some players can still be planning their actions while you're already resolving them. You can choose to recruit and treat patients, gain acknowledgement in one of the 4 humors, publish works based on that knowledge, acquire herbs to aid your work, rejuvenate in the bath, or adopt a new philosophy. Quite nice. I think I'm just gonna bump this up just some I like. No, it's okay on my like. I'm going to bump it up because it looks nice. Then Heat Pedal to the Metal. This will stay on my like, I think, because this is a game. I think it has too much of a feeling because it's the same designer of Flamme Rouge, and I know it's going to be different, but I still have the same feeling. Oh, it's Flamme Rouge, but then with cars. I don't know why. It the thing is because of the cars, I think, and these boards. It's just your this is your draw pile, and these two are the things that you play. I think it looks like that. I really like the cover. Is it Vincent Dutray? Nope, it's not. But it looks quite nice though. There's some prototypes. I don't want to see prototypes. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, let's go back. Let me look at the images here. I think there are 2 boards and that's double-sided. Here are some cards. And some of them have these going up. Some of them don't. Okay. Is this complete? Is this one of the tracks? This looks complete though. Really curious now that I see the boards, but it still gives me that it's not high up on my list. Okay. Hegemony. I really want to check this one out, so I'm gonna bump this up to my want list. It was on my top. It was on my top 10. I think. Can you remember it in my top 10? Was it my top 10? I think it was. Did I bump it down or something? It's a very heavy Euro game and it has interconnecting parts about uh, about society and about the working classes and the rich classes and the politics and stuff like that. It looks great, to be honest. I like the little artworks on these cards. Hospitals, university. Yeah, this is a game to look out for next year. It's only as a demo. Unique illustration for every different company. Cool. So, yeah. Then we have Hibachi, which is a game that is just pure fun from Grail Games. And for players, 45 minutes. I didn't even do that for the other ones. I'm just going through this. You can read it yourself. It's a very light game, 1.63. Because I just want to finish what I've started a bit. Just get through the list a little bit, not make a long video out of it. And here you have these tokens and you're going to flip them onto this board to make recipes. You want to flip them onto the board. Maybe I want some eggs, so I flip them there, but other people can bounce you off of it. And then you flip, and when everybody's thrown their disc, you flip them over, and that's the value. That's how much you get from that resource. And you try to make certain recipes. I found it so funny. I really like the cover with these animals cooking. Oh, those are recipes. Yeah, you get one of these, one of these, one of these. And maybe it will try to make multiple recipes. I think you get the amount because they said then you flip your disc to see how powerful your action is. So yeah, this is the full board. This looks actually pretty nice. Then keep the heroes out. Keep the heroes out from Brewery Games. 2.38 in weight, 1 to 4 players, 40 to 50 minutes. It's a cooperative dungeon defense game where you are play as the monsters protecting their hard-earned treasures against invading hordes of looters, so-called heroes, trying to steal it. You draw 5 cards and play. These cards allow them to move, activate the tiles. They are to perform the tile actions, attack heroes, and move their units around each. As each player draw and perform cards from the heroes deck. Your goal is as team in every strand to survive the 3 levels of threats from the invading heroes by protecting the treasure in each room. If the main treasure is taken, the game ends and you lose. If you manage to protect the treasures for long enough, you all win. I like how cute it is. Look at this. I forgot what it's called again. It's eye monster. Look at look at the dragon. This mouse. It looks so adorable. And and the frog. And the tiles look great as well. These bad creatures. And these mice. And dragon. Skeletons. These droplets. Oh, kind of like an octopus, like a Cthulhu thing there. It looks great. I like the art as well. These so-called heroes. And this is the Guild Masters Revenge expansion. And these pictures. Yeah, from here there's a picture, but I don't know why it's not on the BG preview page. Adds 1 versus many game mode. 1 player becomes the guild master and plays against the other players. The 1 versus many mode can go up until 5 to 6 players versus 1 guild master. Max player count 7 then. Then we have Kites. It's from Floodgate Games. And The sun is shining, the wind is blowing, and you know just what to do. Gather your friends to fly some kites. I haven't done that in a while. Next year. In kites, everyone works together to keep all their kites represented by colorful sand timers in the air. Take turns playing cards, flipping the sand timer, and coordinate with other players to ensure none of the timer runs out. If it does, a kite has crashed. Add complication cards for additional challenges. Play all the kite cards in the deck and everybody wins. Yeah, looks like a fun game. I don't know if it's a game that would last long in my collection. Because it's kind of like a real-time game, which I don't like that much. So, yeah. The next one is Kiwi Chow Down. With these adorable kiwis. Oh, they look kind of mad, to be honest. No, here they look more adorable, to be honest. Is one throwing food into the other's mouth? Scully. Oh, these minis look cool. I read it again, but I'm still awake. Yeah, these minis look cool. They're gonna be a short video anyway. Oh, there's a board. Oh. This one looks, I think this one will be fun. So, let's look at this description. It's played over 4 seasons. Control your ravenous Kiwi flock to outnumber your opponents and claim dominance over island sections. Kiwi's Chowdown is played over 4 seasons, with each season having a different objective to earn rewards. Each season has 3 rounds, and you can either build, move, or feed depending on the cards in your hand and the strategy you want to adopt. When you build, you claim benefits for your Kiwi flock both immediately and at the beginning of each season. Kiwi birds are hungry and love to be fed. When you feed them, they grow and can push other small kiwi out of the way or even off the island. Be careful though, too much food and they explode. Nice. Okay. This one is only a demo. Look at the stars. Another game with stars, because we had a game before that with stars. Was it here? No, it was on my knee, on my wand, I think. So this one only has one picture. I think you have to be getting these cards or draw on them. Wait, there's a card. There's a pen here, so I think you have to draw on these on your main board. So tonight the sky is full of stars. You have to draw a constellation before daybreak. You draw a shape in your card. At the end of the game, score points for the constellations of different sizes that you have created, as well as planets, shooting stars, and other bonuses. Up to 8 players. Many different bonus cards to play again and again. Okay. Looks neat. Let's go down. This one is doesn't have really a price. Lords of Vala. Dragon Bond. Based on the universe of Dragon Bonds. Raid as a dragon or raise armies as a general. Destroy your enemies and cast mighty spells all to your collection. Once you have collected 10 power tokens, you win the game immediately. I like the dragons, that's why. These boards are, okay. I think they have different power, because this they have arrows, and this one has like a track. So, yeah. I'm curious about that one. Interesting. Yeah, these minis look cool. This dragon, this... Oh, they look amazing. Cover is also nice. Okay. Art is cool. So yeah. Night Parade of 100 yokai. So, 1 to 4 players. It's a wait of 30 to 45 minutes. It's from Priya game. And these look cute. Painted meeples. Why did it say meeples? These are not painted. These are screen printed. It looks real nice. Oh, these foxes look cute. Nice to go to the designs. Oh, I love the art design. Oh, these the raccoons or panda. I want to get this when I'm doing the videos at night. If I'm sitting in front of the TV, I don't have this. I think I'm also talking and stuff. It's easier to yawn. Oh, I think there's like a panda or something. And this bird. It's cute. Cute. Oh, and the turtle. And the annoyed bear. I think I like the annoyed bear the best. Oh, I like the art of this one. And these temples. So cool. Oh, is this purple? I'm gonna get this guy. It's gonna be my color. Don't care about the bear anymore. Maybe too grumpy. Too grumpy! But the thing is, how does the game play? I'm just so struck by the look. Pick from 4 asymmetrical factions and draft to summon new yokai, making the most efficient night parade. Every round, activate one of your parades to send meeples to haunt the island. Move around and fight each other. As soon as an island have a certain number of yokai, the denizens will build a shrine to pacify them, sending your meeples back to your play area. Once one player gets 5 of their shrines in play, the remaining players get a last turn, and then the game ends and victory points are scored on hidden cards to decide the winner. Okay. Then I have like a kind of like a party game. It says children's game. It's a word game. Or maybe it is too simple. But I like that you have the box and you put like dice in them and you have these things. I don't know. It's one word. So your challenge in one word is to rid yourself of cards as quickly as you can, but you need to be clever to do so. Each player has a deck of face-down cards that show a color in their public face and 2 colors on the hidden reverse side. When you turn, you look at the hidden side of the topmost card or the dice. Yeah, not for me. I have people that have kind of like party games, so no, I'm not gonna. I think this is gonna go to a maybe. I have a game here that was actually on my need list, but it fell to my like. I think I'm gonna put it to my want. I still want it, but it's gonna come to retail beginning of next year. So maybe that's why I put it on my like. Because I think it went from my need to my want, now to my like, now to my want again. And it's called Oros. It's this great game about pushing tiles and then tiles coming back to you to the other side of the board when you push them. Oros is a tile colliding, volcano erupting, mountain making, wisdom gathering, action economic strategy game. That's a mouthful. On individual player mats, players move their pawns between action spaces, allowing them to manipulate a shared environment like the giant puzzle of plate tectonics. Action spaces allow players to shift rows of land, move and collide land tiles. Form and erupt volcanoes, worship to gain wisdom, journey their followers around the ever-shifting landscape, and build sacred places of study and worship on mountains. While building sacred places, the demigods of the Wise One ascend a ziggurat which acts as a timer towards the end of the game. When one reaches the top, players finish the round and then tally the final score. The core of Oros is the unique ability to shift, move, build up, erupt, and reposition the land within an infinitely connected play environment. And the thing is, you have the board here. Let's make it a bit bigger. So the thing is, you're gonna push stuff, and when they get pushed, for example, if I push this, this will go here, and at a certain point, you also gonna. I don't think this will move. I don't think everything will move. Only thing that touching is that this touch this. This will move. If there was something here, this will move. And if you push it on these arrows, they go to those sides, and you're gonna try to make lands and stuff like that. There's purple as a player color. It's actually yellow, but the guy is purple. But the thing is this is gonna be in German, so I don't know if there's gonna be some cards in there that do something. If it's just these boards, yeah, the thing is, it's coming next year to retail, so I'm gonna wait till I get it then. And then we have a Pearl-Dora. It looks nice. It's a competitive bluff game. It can also be played as teams. It's a new theme and new version of the game Armadora. Each player chooses a clan at the beginning of the game. They all have unique special powers to help you. You have to collect more pearls than your opponents. To do so, you have to create separate areas with your pontoons and place your divers so as to get the majority. Every turn, the question is simple. Will you either place a diver face down or two pontoons? But be cautious, because in your answer lies strong consequence of the game. Try to anticipate to block your opponent without getting excluded of an area you seek. To read in your opponent's game, to bluff, and maybe then you will be able to win the most beautiful pearl collection. So it's 2 or 3 players, it becomes competitive. If you play with 4, you play as a team. Is that set in stone? Because maybe in 4 players you want to play competitive as well, and if that's not the case, then I don't have a choice, then this one will fall off the list. We will see. I like the pearls. I like how you try to get certain areas just for yourself. I think that's what I'm the gist of it, I think. On this board, art looks pretty. The board is, except the top, is not really that great. I know you put things on the board and these wooden pontoons, and it'll cover everything up, but still. Yeah, it looks great. Not sure what was the weight. It's a 1. Maybe too simple for me. Then I have Priya. It only has this picture, but it looks beautiful. So in Priya, this is from DMZ games. And the thing is, I think DMZ had a game called Adele last year. I thought it was from DMZ. Heard nothing about it anymore. It was only there. I thought it would be there for sale, but it was only for demo. It can be that now that DMZ is there. I'm not sure it was DMZ. You know what? Adele. Oh, it's from DMZ games. I was right. Let me see. 2.78. Oh, so it would be heavier. This is a 3. And this is in Bangkok, Thailand. Yeah, it's those floating markets. It's a commodity speculation, pickup and live game which players trade from stall to stall while trying to get the best prices, make offerings to the temples to win Buddha's favor, but buy their own stalls to do business, even oppose the king's barrage. Barge. Not barrage. Okay. Keeping an eye on that one. Then Revive. A lot of people have this one on their need or want list. But the thing is, I have it here because you have to play like 5 turns and then it's replayable again. It's replayable because it's kind of like a campaign game. It's kind of weird. It's not even like a legacy game, I think. It doesn't look like it. But the boards are quite nice. The boards. So you have to revive the planet again. There's this board and this board. Let's see some contents. It's from Armadora games, which I usually like their games. I only have one, but the one that I played I really like. What kind of board is this? Dual layered player board. Everybody will guess this big board? No, this is gonna be a table hog. Play as one of 6 unique tribes and relearn their ancient technologies. Unlock machines and customize your board. Okay. Recruit followers that work well together. Other than a board, you can place some cards like this. So it only shows the top part, so that's what you get. And the bottom part is an action, so you can put them here on the bottom. That's the only thing I know. Oh, it looked bigger, to be honest. It's still big. It looked like a full board because of these paths and these places. Okay, they have these. Okay. Those are the main boards. And these are your players. Yeah, so also I have this one as a demo. And let's look. Oh, finally they have some pictures. I like it because of it's the quirkies. It's called Sea Salt and Paper. It has these cards. It's all like these foldable origami kind of like designs, like a shark and a fish, and a mermaid, a man swimming, and a boat. Yeah, it looks fun. So I just want to check the artwork because during their turn you assemble your hand. Maybe place cards for the effect and decide if you want to end the round. But do you think you are the one with the most points in hand? You have to choose stop the round immediately or give the others an extra turn to try and extend the gap. Is it worth taking the risk? The game ends when you reach 30, 35 or 40 points, depending on the amount of players. The excitement of ending the round to catch your opponents off guard. The pleasure of playing your effect cards and making combos. Origami created specifically for the game. Okay. It'll only be there as a demo from Bombix. Another game from Pandasaurus Games is Skull Canyon Ski Fest. This was already played, I think, in the Summer Spectacular at the Dice Tower. To get your ski on in Skull Canyon Ski Fest, you need to collect and turn in matching sets of slope cards. Each set you turn in lets you ski a run on the mountain, earning victory points, fame, and a spot on the scoreboard that tracks who performed best on each run. The higher a run's difficulty rating, the more cards you need to collect to complete it. completed, but you also score more points and earn more fame. Okay. So the board. I also know that you can put like yetis in the way of other people. Oh yeah, here there's a yeti. Cool. Yeah, that's one yeti. It looks okay. Then Sniper Elite. I've heard a lot of things about this one. About people being very much surprised by this one. It's a light game, 2.21, close to midweight. It's a hidden movement based on the iconic video game series. One player takes the role of the sniper who is trying to make their way past the German guards by stealth or violence. Up to 3 other players control a squad of German soldiers, so I can balance between defending the objective and hunting the sniper. Okay, looks cool. Oh, looks interesting. This is the sniper. Oh, there are different snipers, which is cool. Oh, cool. Some tokens. And then we have Solosphere and Solosphere expansion, which I maybe should put higher. But I don't know if 690 minutes. Maybe I'll put on my want list. Who knows? Because it's not that expensive. It's from Dronda Games. It's a dice placement manipulation game with elements of engine building, resource management, and set collection. Set hundreds of years in the future, in a time when competition will move mankind forward. In this dice placement game, players can manipulate their dice using drones. However, players have a limited supply of drones, which are also used to upgrade dice placement spots or to support in fights against aliens. Players can always recycle or use drones to get them back into the supply or spend them for instant benefits. And this actually looks pretty nice. Is this a player mat? Oh, love this player mat, to be honest. Prototype player mat. Some aliens look wild. This is actually interesting. I'm glad I put this back on a little bit higher on my list. And then we have the expansion. Let's look at the expansion. Look what it does. The White Dwarf and Corporation Robots module, in addition to components to support a 5th player. With the construction of Solosphere number 1 on the way, the corporation set its sights on nearby White Dwarf. The robot expansion adds a set of cards and meeples that act as remote access to worker locations. Install the card to your command center and deploy the meeple robots to local locations to fully upgrade the location's power. You can then access that location from your command center. 5th player can also join the table with all the components needed to do so. Okay. Star Wars, the Clone Wars. I think it's a new card game. Going over it real quickly. From Z-Man Games. That's a cooperative game. You have the Galaxy, I think. Oh, there's some bad guys here. Darth Maul, General Grievous. See Ahsoka. Yeah, go away, you. La Guerra's Clone. Yep, you're right. I cannot pronounce that one. Clone Wars. Oh, these nice miniatures in the box. This sounds like a nice cooperative game, to be honest. Reminds me a bit of Pandemic because of all these doors and you have to get rid of them, I think. So let's get rid of all these games. Because I need some space. Then we have Sweet Mess, which is from Fantasia Games. Oh, this one has a very low score. I'm just going to look at the components. Scores usually don't mean anything, but if it's that low, then it... I think it's like a... I'm not really sure what's happening here. Oh, the art looks a bit... Nope, let's ignore this one. This one is Tales on Fire, which I just love for the unique artwork. Oh, they added some more pictures, but it's more of boxes and back of boxes. I like these like possums that suddenly have fire, because I think the description is also very funny. Tales on Fire is an interactive card game in which the ever-changing selection of 3 best playing cards for each round leads to a permanent dilemma. At the start of the round, players choose only 3 cards out of up to 10 to use this round. On their turn, they can either play a card exactly 1 higher than the last or pass. If your card is still on the top of the playing pile when your turn comes around, again, then you win the round and take a fire card and steal some more from others. At the end of the game, the player with the most flames wins. Okay. Then we have the gardens. I just love this for the aesthetic of it. Whoa. So 6.7, not really sure. So 1.67. This is just a game about making gardens. I think it's in Sydney. Putting all these tiles out to make a garden. Sydney's Royal Botanic Garden now has a special place in the hearts of locals. And the gardens players drafts cards depicting different features of the garden used to build their own portion of it in front of them, and so on. Yeah, just not sure about this one, to be honest. It's a bit low. I have the Guild of Merchant Explorers. Almost done with the list, to be honest. And this one was already played by the at least reviewed from the guys from the Dice Tower. Not 4 players. Also light game where you put these cubes out and you try to do certain stuff. Let's go through the game. Some actions, the cubes. So shuffle the deck of terrain cards, then review most of these cards one by one. Based on the terrain revealed, each player places on their board cubes that are connected to their starting city or other cubes. If you want to complete areas on your board, cross the sea to new land and establish new cities on the board. You can explore capsized ships for treasure, which gives you special placement capabilities, and create linked connections between locations to score bonus points. Common objectives can be completed by all players, with those who complete it first score more points. Okay. At the end of each round, cubes are removed from each board, leaving only the city behind. So if you don't establish new cities, you'll be stuck in the same places. Okay. Sounds interesting. Yeah, it looks neat, these boards. So, these semi-cooperative games. I just put this one for the art, but I think I'm gonna ignore that one. Um, Time capsules. Gotta make time capsules for ancient civilizations. It's a pool building game where you can use multiple types of components to build your strategy, all thanks to the capsules, artifacts, uh, bio objects, and computers all have different mechanics, and you will have to combine their powers to acquire new objects and resources, amass victory points for knowledge. You receive an artifacts you bring to the present, and you will win the race for alien technologies. The cards look okay. Those look okay. These are okay. These capsules look a little bit cheap, but the game looks okay. Tiny turbo cars. I think this is a fun game. It's a frantic race game for 2 to 4 players in which you program the movements of your tiny toy car in advance with a sliding puzzle acting as your remote. I do love the remote though, because this looks awesome. You slide these around, I think you take a row or column. So yeah. You have these cards. These are the roads, so yeah. Things on the inserts. These are the roads, the roads. So you put a few of them in front of you, and you race. And then you have Tribes of the Wind. So Tribes of the Wind is a very beautiful game with Vincent Dutray artwork. Players will have to plant forests, build new villages and temples, and decontaminate surrounding areas. They will be able to play cards from their hand, but be careful, the effect or even the possibility of playing the card may vary depending on the back of your surrounding opponent's cards. Players may also send their wind riders to explore the area, plant forests, and build villages and temples using all the gathered resources. Okay. I do like the art, especially also these backs of the cards. They look great. Oh, this is amazing art. This one looks nice. Twilight Inscription. I would just skip this one because people know it's the roll and write for Twilight Imperium, and there's already been reviews of that one. Even my local game store, I saw now that they had copies of it. So yeah, it's new for Essen, so that's why it's here. This one's like a social deduction game, I think. So, the social deduction game of hidden loyalty. Players take the role of either the elixir or the joker through offering up a sacrifice and start the ritual to attain victory. Players may start the ritual whenever the number of the cards on the altar meets the requirements. However, to start the ritual successfully, the combination of the character cards has to be correct. 2. That means player may also win the game by cheating their opponents, misleading them to start the ritual with a wrong combination of cards. Start a ritual with a wrong combination and cause the ritual to fail. When there are 9 character cards on the altar, yet the ritual hasn't been started, the jokers automatically win the game, and they are already in charge of the Reaper's realm after all. Like some components, some wings. Not very inspiring cover. I don't know. This looks a bit okay-ish. Maybe I'm gonna be pleasantly surprised. Because usually, sometimes art doesn't do art justice because of pictures. Okay. Then we have 3 more, and then I'll call it a night. Woodcraft. Should be higher, but a friend of mine will get it, so I'll put it a little bit lower. Woodcraft. Woodcraft is 3.75. Is co-designed by Vladimir Suchi from Delicious Games. And it's not much. There's these cards where you can craft these with certain dice. You craft these wood things because you're a wood carver. These elf woodcutters. Replace forest people, but they look like elves. Running competing workshops in the wood. You have to gather wood, crafting goods for your customers. Along the way, you hire helpers, improve your workshop, and buy different types of wood and other tools to create the best workshop you can. Whoever builds the best, most successful workshop wins. Then wormholes. This looks quite nice. In a peaceful galaxy, a new technology has been invented. Wormholes. They allow ships to warp from one point to another, which opens up countless possibilities for commerce and travel. As the captain of a passenger spaceship newly equipped with a wormhole fabricator, you can make some serious space bucks by building a robust network of wormholes, like the furthest reaches of space, while delivering passengers to become the most successful captain in this golden age of spacefaring. It's time to bend space and go fast. So this one, it looks nice. I like the colors. They look real nice. Wormholes is from AG. I like the design and the color scheme of it. They're very, very pretty. And then last but not least, Zookeepers. And this is maybe a kids game again. It's a tree still. And the thing is, I already have a zoo game. I already have Ark Nova, but this one caught my eye because it looks nice and cute and stuff like that. So it's from Card Lab. Zookeepers is a turn-based game where you win by scoring the most points after a player saves 8 species. During your turn, you will be able to do one of the following actions: manage keepers, save species, and use bonus actions to send others for your opponents to save. Move species to your temporary quarantine zones. Collect resources from your keepers. And it's developed in partnership with the Lisbon Zoo. Maybe that was what drew me to it. And it looks quite nice, to be honest. It has a good production. And those were the rest of my games. I still have a lot of maybe. And yeah. I said I would go through a few of them. I put one in my ignore, but I shouldn't have done that. I don't know which one it was. There are some games I'm not prioritized. So what came out, you can look for yourself. I think it's gonna be a little bit too long if I stay on this. Angel Fury, Brussels 1893, Dungeons and Dragons: The Yawning Portal. That's me. Escape from New York, Expo 58, Fire in the Hotel, Gigawatt is not a demo, but still here. Hero Quest, The Maze of the Mirror, Layers, Pessoas is being sold there again, only in French. Then you have Pest, and Terraforming Mars, the dice game, is gonna be demoed there as well. So uh, maybe games are gonna be added more during the next week, but I tend to find that games that are gonna be added so late into the game are usually demos or a new. For example, Persona was there last year. Uh, Actually, I didn't find it, to be honest. I'm glad I didn't, because I heard it's a so-so game. But uh, or they added so late in the game that it's not really a good game. Maybe sometimes they don't really appeal to me, games that are so later on. But I do look at all of them. So yeah. Uh, those were the rest of my games. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for too late videos. I want to put them out as fast as I could. Today it was a busy day and I went out to play something. I played Voice in My Head and we played Coop. So it was a fun night, and now I'm doing this, and off to bed with me I go. So thank you guys for watching, and see you on the last video, which will be the top hotness of Essen by the BGG page. And like I said, the BGG page, did I click it away? I think I clicked it away. Well, it will come up. You already know that a few of the games, because I gave you a sneak peek. And well, that's going to be my last video for Essen. I am going to record myself, record some things there, and publish it here. So I hope to see you, hopefully there. If you see me, just say hi. I'm always approachable, unless I'm in a hurry. Then you have to walk with me. So yeah. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Great morning, and hopefully you have a great Essen when, if you go there. Okay. Well. Till next time, I've been Hoarder to Board. My name is Edgar. Bye.